Real Madrid won, Al Halil or Al Hilal won. How you doing, Hamisu? Good evening.
Yeah, I'm really fine. Wait, is it Al Ali or Al Hilal?
Al Hilal. Al Ahly is different. Al Ahly is from Egypt.
Yeah,
Al
so they
Hilal
all
is
have the same.
the ones. The ones they all have the Al's. Al
Yes.
least.
Mm.
But I thought this game was going to be a tough one because Al Hilal is filled up with many European players. So I thought it was going to be a tough game.
No, it was actually a tough. It was actually a tough game.
What do you have to
I
say?
don't know. Do you? Yeah,
Was
I
surprised to see Alonso not going to not trying his back three because
no.
we were
I
expecting him to
wasn't.
play his back three, but he decided to go with the normal Real Madrid 4-3-3 approach.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't surprised actually because I think I mentioned it the other day that he has said it times without number that he's going to adapt with what he's having at his disposal first before he enforce whatever. And just like I was saying some moments ago to some of our guys here that every match determines the formation that the coach will use. That's like the modern football that we have. Every match determines the formation, the availability of players also determines which formation the coach uses, and then should I say the match or the approach to the match or the kind of opponents they are playing determines the formation you use. So when I saw the lineup, I wasn't too surprised because if you see it that I think we only have two available center backs, which is Dempison and Asensio. So it was obvious that he's going to tilt towards using the four at the back. And then to maybe fast forward to the ending of the game, he eventually coming into the second half, eventually shifted. He eventually shifted into the back three formation. I don't know if you noticed that. He shifted into the back three formation with Rudiger. I think Rudiger, Arnold, and Dean Huijsen. That's why the Rudiger, Frank Garcia, and Dean Huijsen.
How did they say did Rudiger play that game?
No, not Rudiger. I was trying to say
Charmaine.
Charmini. Sorry, Charmini.
I was like,
Charmini, yes.
Rudiger, I don't see anybody like Rudiger on that.
Mini, Frank Garcia, and Dean Huijsen. So, and to so many people were kind of expecting that, Asensio will, batter the opponent team or something like that. To be honest, I wasn't expecting him to kind of win.
What's up with Asensio and giving penalties out anyhow? I've noticed that with that guy now. He gives away penalties.
Yeah, he's reckless. Yeah, he was reckless in that game. And I think at the ending of the game, I saw that he complained to the coach of the sun that the sun was too much and
yeah, the weather
something like that.
was very hot. The weather was very, very, very hot for those players.
And so, but me, I don't really look at that as as the excuse of giving out that penalty. Just like you said, throughout the season, Asensio has been reckless sometimes, giving penalties and all that. And if you look at the penalty, it was a silly penalty actually. He wasn't even supposed to do that. He wasn't even supposed
that guy back.
Yeah, he wasn't even supposed to do that. And there is this thing that I don't know whether we've discussed it before, and I've always stressed about, which is that a team like Real Madrid, we don't have a good penalty taker. Like I've always said that, Mbappe is our main penalty taker. Mbappe is our main penalty taker, followed by Vinicius, followed by Bellingham, then Modric, then Valverde. I think that's the hierarchy of the penalty. And all of them penalties. So the good thing is that this is Alonso, it's not Ancelotti. And I'm very sure he's going to put it into his notes that is something that he needs to work on. At a point in time, I was even saying that okay, I wasn't even expecting Valverde to play. I was saying that maybe they should give Adagula or something to play the penalty because given that he's kind of more of a technical player, maybe he knows how to slot in the penalty also. And if you look at the keeper again, it is Bono. It's not something like it's not like he's a
Bono
bad
is
keeper
known
or
for
something.
saving penalties. He's known for saving penalties.
So it's not as if he's a bad keeper or something. Not even penalties. Overall, he's a very good goalkeeper. It's
Yeah,
just that, unfortunately, in the last World Cup, I think he was, to me, I felt that he was robbed of the best goalkeeper of the tournament in that World Cup because, Cameroon did the unexpected and all that. So that one is not even about, it's about Bono. And then looking at the Al Hilal team, the whole concentration is about Madrid, Madrid, Madrid. And I think Al Hilal also had a very good team.
yeah, they played
They were
very well,
able,
especially that first half. They took the game
I
to
never ever expected them to play
nobody
like this.
expected them to play Real Madrid in that manner. Like they took the game to Real Madrid. They showed Real Madrid, okay, we are not scared of you guys and all those things.
Yeah.
Took the game.
So it
Imagine
was in the second
as at 26 minutes, they had more possession than
26. Yeah, yeah. So it was in the second half. And let me say this, one of the game changers in that game was Adagula. Adagula came in and the whole composition of the team changed. The spark and everything, the passes, everything was just connecting with Adagula. And see, a big thumbs up to Gonzalo Garcia. Like, I've always been an advocate of seeing the youngsters from the Castilla, being given opportunities to come
the
and
guy that
showcase.
scored, right?
Yes, he was the superior. Is it superior player of the match? They call it superior player of the match. So he had a very, in fact, not even talking about the goal. Most of the passes that he was given, it was connecting. Maybe it was finishing that was kind of still raw and all that. And it will interest you to know that I think he's the Castilla top scorer in this past season. Yeah, he's the Castilla top scorer. I happened to watch one or two of his games, and he has been very, very good. So this is just like, and I want to say this to all the football or Madrid fans around that this is like the first, Xabi Alonso's game. This is like the first competitive match he's playing, and it
That's what
is
I wanted.
initially.
That's what I wanted to say. That this is his first match, so I think he needs to be given time for him to understand his players, know the strength and weaknesses of these players. And they've not done anything like preseason yet. So he could use this as his
Yeah,
preseason to know, okay, I need
as
this
his
player
preseason,
here, I need
exactly.
this player there, and all those things like that. So those are the things.
And again, to add to it, some of these players that he used today, some of them he didn't actually start training with them in the first place. Like the players that came back from the Copa America, Vinicius and Co. He only joined up. I think they only had like 2 or 3 training sessions
Copa
before
America
this game.
World Cup qualifier.
Sorry, World Cup qualifiers, South American stuff. So he had like maybe just 2 or 3 sessions with them. So they are still, raw with the coach. And there are so many other players that will come out that will join the squad after the World Cup. Like currently we have Modric and Lucas Vazquez that will leave. And I think that was the excuse that was even given when somebody asked about Lucas Vazquez. Why is Lucas Vazquez still playing and all that? So we have that River Plate player that is coming to join us after the Club World Cup, Franco Mastantuono. So there are still, and there's this rumor of still Madrid still going to buy a midfielder. I think a midfielder, add a midfielder to the team, something like that. So there are still, some rumored additions to the team, and so far, I must say like this game was kind of average, and I wasn't expecting more than average in this game, given that it's his first competitive match. One, secondly, again, he's still raw with the players. It will still take him time, just like what Couture said after the game, that we're still playing Ancelotti's football. So it's not going to take. And again, maybe you've forgotten that he wasn't even supposed to take charge of the team for the Club World Cup. He was supposed to take charge of the team after the Club World Cup.
But what you told me the
So
last time was that they said Ancelotti was going to leave after the La Liga season. Then a new coach will take over for the Club World Cup. But that was what you told me the last time.
yes, no. Initially, it's a yes and a no. Initially, the first plan was that Ancelotti will leave after the La Liga season. Then one of Solari or I think Abelo also take charge of the team for the Club World Cup. Then Alonso will take charge at the beginning of from the preseason and continuing beginning of the season. And the reason they gave then was that, at least according to reports from Madrid Extra, Madrid Universal, and all Madrid fan pages, was that the Madrid board initially did not want to, immediately bring in Xabi Alonso and put him under the pressure of, going through the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup is more like a huge tournament for Madrid so far, because the president has been prioritizing the tournament. And I think it's one of the reasons why they decided to make that U-turn of saying, okay, Xabi Alonso to take charge. But the initial deal was that he's going to take charge after the Club World Cup, because they don't want to put unnecessary pressure onto the new coach and all that. But I think they consulted him, and he said yes, that he can take the pressure or something like that. That's why he's in charge. So my appeal to Madrid fans and all that is that this is just the first game. We still have like 2 more group stage games, and then other games to go. Even if the Club World Cup doesn't, Madrid doesn't get to win the Club World Cup, it's not like the end of the world or something. We still have other things to work for. We still have a long season ahead of us. But generally, this game has been kind of average for me, and my standard players have. I think Den Huysen did very, very well in this game. Alexander Arnold too did not really have a good game, but he has showed glimpses and signs.
I feel the weather really affected them. They were exhausted.
Yeah. Then.
So final question before we go. Final question.
Okay.
The penalty incident, was there a penalty for you?
Yeah, it was a penalty for. There's this.
If I jump on you now.
No. The thing is that if that has happened outside of the 18-yard box, anywhere on the field, whether it's inside the 18, let's even assume that it's outside the 18-yard, it will be automatically foul and a yellow card. It wasn't just, there's this thing that you see footballers, somebody will hit their chest or hit their forehead or something, and then they will hold their face or their mouth and start shouting. But this was a direct contact. And not just the contact,
He was trying to protect the ball now.
The blood was even...
looking at it from that. Yes, accidents happen. Accidents happen. You can do small contact and blood will come out. But I feel he was trying. Yeah, he was not even looking at the player. He was looking at the ball. His eyes were on the ball. His eyes were on the ball. He was just trying to protect the ball.
And again, if you remember, the penalties have been given in the past for far lesser contacts than
That's
this.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I know that a penalty is a penalty, but a lot of penalties now are just too soft.
Far lesser contacts than this. So it's just that there's this thing that Did you even notice about that corner kick that was given after the?
Yeah, I saw that. I just started laughing. I was like, what's this?
People did not even notice that. It was a new rule, and they started.
A new rule. They said if the keeper holds the ball for a very long time, they will give the opponent penalty.
So anyway, just watch out and see how they do many games.
It's just the first game of Xabi Alonso. Let's see if they will improve in the second game. So thank you very much for joining me, Hamisu. I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.